Well then, hello everyone. Did a little bit of a purge. But today I am going to try a series of games which I actually never had the chance to play before as a child. They're mostly older games, basically prequels and such of games that didn't get a hold of before. One of these is the Jack and Dexter series. Now, I did play the second one. Sorry. I mean, I believe that it was the second one. And I think I've only finished once.
Life searching for the answers that my father and my father's fathers failed to find. Who were the precursors? Why did they create the vast monoliths that litter our planet? How did they harness eco, the life energy of the world? What was their purpose? And why did they vanish? I have asked the plants, but they do not remember. The plants have asked the rocks, but the rocks do not recall. Even the rocks do not recall. Every bone in my body tells me that the answers rest on the shoulders of a young boy. Oblivious to his destiny, uninterested in the search for truth, and rejecting of my guidance. And why would he want to listen to old Samus the Sage anyway? I'm only the master of green eco, one of the wisest men on the planet.
Now, I actually don't know the lore.
The answer begins not with careful research or sensible thinking. Nay, as with many of fate's mysteries, it begins with but a small act of disobedience.
Hey! Jack, old green stuff told us not to come here.
Now, as I said before, I actually have zero clue on what's the lore of Jack and Dexter, actually. In the second one it doesn't really explain much. So, and since I never played the first game before, I actually...
Continue a search for artifacts and eco. If the locals possess precursor items, you know what to do.
Deal harshly with anybody who strays from the village. We will attack it in due time.
She actually reminds me of the lady in the second one.
What are we doing here anyway, Jack? This place gives me the creeps.
That is a very good question. I also don't know.
Huh? Oh, stupid precursor junk. Eek! What is that dark ooze? It sure don't look friendly.
Yeah, maybe you should push him in.
The sage yaps on about the precursors that built this place all the time. Where did they go? Why did they build this crud? Now, I like precursor orbs and power cells as much as the next guy. But if you ask me, they must have been real losers. Wow! How did you do that?
Now, in Jack and Dexter 2, Jack does speak a lot. Or rather, relatively a lot. Oh. Oh, so that's why he gets transformed into a monkey.
Man, that stung. I told you we shouldn't have come here, and you listened. What? Okay. I'm fine.
Yeah, I love the part where he screams so everyone knows where the fuck they are.
What in green tarnation do you two want?
I was...
Don't tell me! Instead of heeding my wisdom, the two of you went mucking around in the only place that I told you not to go.
Exactly.
Misty Island.
That's right, and then...
And Dexter, You finally took a much-needed bath, but in a bathtub filled with dark eco.
Look, old man, are you gonna keep yapping, or are you gonna help me out of this mess?
I'm gonna keep yapping, because in my professional opinion, the change is an improvement. And besides,
That's true. He actually looks much
help
better.
you if I wanted to.
What?
There's only one person who has studied Dark Eco long enough to have a chance at returning you to your previous form.
Wait, does he have double eyes?
The Sage. But he lives far to the north. Far, far to the north.
Yeah, he...
Nobody has spoken to him in ages. I would teleport you there, but I can't do that either. None of the 3 sages that maintain the other teleporter gates have seen fit to turn their ends on for quite a while. The only other way north is by foot through the fire canyon, but it's volcanic.
The glasses are a fucking mirror.
Metal. You can't just walk through it.
But you could fly over it if you had a zoomer equipped with a heat shield. I just happen to be working on such a thing at this very moment. All I would need is 20 power cells to give it enough energy to withstand the canyon's heat. Isn't that right, Daddy?
Yes, Kira, that might work. But where are a boy and a half going to get 20 power cells?
From the villagers. Most of them have a power cell or 2 stashed away somewhere. And even if they aren't willing to just give them away, greasing their palms with a few precursor orbs should do the trick. And I bet there are even more of them out in the wilds just waiting for some brave adventurer to find.
Well, we've got the brave adventurer at least.
Brave adventurer? You two couldn't find your way out of the village without training. Before you do anything
The fact that it's actually true is really sad. Especially when you consider the second game.
Eco stuff, will we? Cause I'd hate to fall in again and turn into you.
Get in there before I turn you both into ferns.
The old man is actually a lot more aggressive in the first game compared to the second one. Granted, he was never much of any use. Right.
You can't come back through the warp gate until you find all 4 power cells on this island.
Oh, so
This device is a communicator. With it, my father and I can give you advice at any time during your quest.
Right, so where does that thing actually fucking fit in? Also, oh god, I don't fucking remember that. Okay, so X is jump, square is the light attack, triangle just gives me this focus. Yeah, I can't do anything with that. Circle is the AoE, R2 is the menu for all of this stuff. L2 does nothing. Oh, can I actually roll? Okay, so if I hold it, I can crawl, and if I tap it, I just... And if I tap it, I roll, if I hold it, I crawl, okay. So, I assume these are HP, or lives. These are the precursor orbs.
Egg-shaped things are precursor orbs. Collect enough of them, and some of the villagers will give you a power cell in exchange.
I actually not sure how they work though, because I remember that in the second game they were a rarity. They were like Easter eggs that you needed to find for some reason. I don't remember the reason, but it was definitely... there was definitely a motive for it. I'm not sure if it was for secret stuff, like bigger head and just like that. Basically, quote unquote, old game cheats. What's over there? Now, the second game you could explore quite a bit. Granted, you were still limited by zones. Okay, can I double jump? Yes, I can. It's weird that there isn't a... what you call it? A tutorial.
This is a power cell, the most important precursor artifact you can find. You need to collect 20 of these so I can power the heat shield for your A-Grav zoomer.
Okay, but why do we need a heat shield? Can I roll me there? No, I cannot. Right, so just thing, okay. So this game doesn't give you much of a tutorial as far as I can see. I mean,
You want to hit things with a greater force. To break one of these boxes, you should jump in the air and then dive down onto it, hands first.
okay.
Hey, you found one of my scout flies. I sent 7 of them to each area to look for power cells, but the lurkers must have captured them all.
Yeah, but who the fuck are the lurkers? You haven't told me that.
That's Blue Eco, which contains the energy of motion. Blue Eco allows you to run fast, break boxes, and even activate some precursor artifacts when you get near them.
Right, so this is a race thingy, I think. So, okay, so the dive attack is X and square. There is one thing that kinda weirds me out about this, is that I mean, granted that every the second try of anything is gonna be better than the first generally. So, oh, power cell. Okay, so when I complete certain objective, like collecting 7 of these fucking things, I get a power cell. Okay.
That last scout fly had a power cell. I'll bet if you collect all 7 in each area, you can
Yeah.
find even more power cells.
That's about what I figured. Okay, so how do okay, so it works like a magnet, and it opens stuff automatically.
Notice how each Blue Eco cluster you pick up increases the time you can use its power.
Yeah. Alright, so it does kinda make sense. In the second game, by the way, you actually don't use any of that weird eco stuff except the dark one.
It can only be opened by approaching the door while channeling Blue Eco through your body.
Yeah, so I need to go back and do the charge stuff and do the squad-to-squad race stuff.
That's a blue eco vent. More concentrated than the floating clusters. This vent will give you a full charge of blue eco, letting you use it for the maximum time.
Okay, but does it refill? Oh, don't fucking fall down. Right, so let me go back a moment. I don't remember the game graphics being this. Oh, don't fucking fall into the thing. Can I? Yes, I can. Usually, you in the old game you used to phase through the stuff. So if I actually tried that any other way, I would have fallen through the world. That's how it usually works, or at least I'm used to it working. No secret stuff, which is sad. Okay, so let's gather this. Right. It also feels much clunkier, this game. Like, I feel way slower. I mean, it kind of figures since you probably get upgrades later on, I would assume. Okay, yeah, so it actually recharges itself. Okay, so those blue things are those blue eco fountains are unlimited.
The Blue Eco core
Can I go in the
door to
water?
open.
Yes, I actually can.
Blue Eco, you can breathe energy into all kinds of precursor artifacts that have lain dormant for years.
Alright, so is there anything up here? No. I actually really like how this game looks. Okay, so I cannot go over there. I can actually swim for fucking once. Can I go... Something tells me that I'm going to die if I go there. Right, so... Yes, I can do this small thing to prolong my air time, so that didn't change. It does feel like I have a little bit of inertia when I run. Oh,
Those little green balls of energy on the ground
are
are a type
green
of
eco. Yeah.
Pick up 50 small green ecos or one big green one to increase your health.
Oh, okay, so they are not actually lives, but they do increase the... My heal cap, yeah. My arse.
You can jump once, then jump again in the air to reach even higher ledges.
Yeah, that's really interesting and all. By the way, is there actually a day-night cycle? Alright, so I got all of this stuff, but I did not get any of the cells for it. I am surprised that Jack doesn't really talk as much here. I actually wonder if there is full damage. But I kinda don't want to test it. I mean, I'll test that out later. Right. Now, this has
Good
been...
training, boys, but that's nothing compared to the challenges that lie ahead.
Then no problem. We got the moves, eh, Jack? We'd love to stay and chat, Big Green, but we're, itching to get on with our adventures.
Fine, fine. Adventure away then. And while you're out adventuring, why don't you make yourself useful? My darn green eco-collectors are clogged up again. Head out to the far side of the beach and clear them out.
Okay, but...
Follow the lamps. They'll take you right there. Now, all of you, get out of here!
Now, I do wonder... Can I talk to him? Why do you have a giant carnivorous plant here? Right, so... This game is actually very hand-holding, which... Hand-holding in a objective way, as in... the game hasn't told me how the fuck my controls work, which is surprising. Usually... They spam you with 300 things, like press circle to do an area attack, press square to punch your enemies. But here it's been pretty raw so far.
Hey, baby. What do you say you and I go cruising on this A-Grav Zoomer?
Rule number 1, I don't date animals.
You don't know what you're missing.
And you know, the hilarious part is that he's the only one that gets the girl.
Keep you busy. My father always talked about an ancient precursor pipeline hidden deep underground. Some of these pipes end in vents from which eco flows freely, and some have been capped off so that the eco is sealed back. There must be a way to turn the capped vents on. I traced part of the pipeline back to the Forbidden Temple. Maybe you should look there for some type of switch.
So, this is something that kinda surprised me in the second game. Dexter is the only one that gets laid between the two of them. I'm pretty sure, at least. Which is weird that I would rather have the animal get laid instead of the protagonist, but I mean, or Jack here does get a few kisses, if I remember correctly. It's just that I don't actually remember. I mean, it's not like it's for me to say that I don't remember as much as I don't know because I never played this game before.
Did you see the size of the bite that lurker shark took out of the fisherman's boat? We best stay way clear of them. I don't think we can tackle a creature that dag nasty.
Where? Also, what the fuck is that gonna light? I definitely want to go there. Probably not on this first episode.
Hey! It looks like scout flies are always in red boxes.
Alright, thanks for the suggestion.
No, don't tell me that you two have problems as well. First I hear of monster sightings near the village, and now this.
Wait, can we actually?
There, boys, see them? See how they're not moving? That means our village has no power. The eco beam coming from the jungle temple has been interrupted. Boys, everyone's too frightened to go out and find out what's happened.
Did you pay the bill?
Yeah. Oh, you're funny. Now look, if you two fix the eco beam, I'll give you a power cell. Oh, and another thing, if by any chance you're interested in making a contribution to my re-election campaign, I might be willing to part with yet another power cell. The minimum contribution is a very modest 90 precursor orbs.
I'm sorry, what the fuck do you need nitri precursor orbs for? Also, I'm not really sure as to... Can I press triangle here? Okay, so I can kind of cheese the camera lock a bit with that. They probably intended it to work that way anyways. Tra l'altro sono mini side questi.
My dear boy. You've caught me at a most inopportune moment. I was to set off on my journeys yesterday, but I seem to be a spot short on the old precursor orbs. I would have pledged my word that I had 90 of them, but I gather that your young friend, you know, the little annoying, miserably ugly one, might have just pilfered them as a sort of a spot of fun.
Why does everyone need so many fucking orbs?
Your dear old uncle 90 precursor orbs, so he can get underway. I would offer you a power cell in return.
Goddamn, these guys are fucking scammers. Like I got 50. What the fuck am I? Where the fuck am I supposed to get the rest? Actually, I mean, they're probably easier to get, but still, what the fuck? I mean, 90 precursor orbs is quite a bit, all things considered. Right, so let's finish talking to everyone and then I'll stop the recording.
Hey,
I think it's so nice for a first episode.
I thought for a moment you were my muse.
Your what?
Haven't you ever seen a muse before? It's a little glowing squirrel about your size, full of spunk, and crazy as a lark.
Oh, I get it. Like a sidekick.
As a matter of fact, without my muse, I just can't sculpt. But with her around, I see beauty in everything, you know?
This man loves animals, okay. In not the good
I
way.
think she ran away to that misty island. Oh, I just hope she's alright.
Wait, how the fuck did...
Power cell if you bring her back to me.
Wait a minute. We are not going back to Misty Island. Are we?
Oh no, we definitely are. But...
I can't work like this.
What's the way to say it? How the fuck did a squirrel go through the ocean? Like, I'm sorry, can someone explain that to me? Also, why does it... Okay, so... Number one, why the fuck does it need 90 orbs to rerun for the village chief position if there is literally no one else that is going to run for it? Like, we got what? Me and this rat. The old man up there that does whatever the fuck he wants to do. He probably doesn't even give a shit about the village. This man is definitely greedy. That man is high as fuck and wants to fuck a squirrel. The lady likely does not give a fuck as well. Because she's obsessed with technology. Who the fuck is she? Oh, it's not a she. Oh no, it is a she.
You don't look so good yourself, lady.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were a spotted orange-bellied rainfree. You know, yesterday I saw some terribly vicious creatures capture a mother flut-flut near the beach.
A mother what?
There's this poor little orphan egg sitting in a nest at the top of the cliff, and I can't get to it. If you could climb up there and push it off, I've piled some hay down at the base to catch it safely. Do an old lady a favor, and I'll give you a power cell.
I'm sorry, how the fuck did they steal an egg that big? Like, unless it's not actually as big as they made it look like. Also, what the fuck is that thing?
What a weird-looking thing! I'll bet we can get this open if you power up with that zappy blue eco stuff.
Yeah, no, I figured as much. Well, the inertia is actually pretty fucking real. Can I beat this map? They actually fought back some of them in the other game. Ooh, actually, before we talk to him, they're also so very loud.
Gotta milk those yak cows. Gotta milk those yak cows. Oh, it's you. Oh, just resting my tired bones. I've been trying to get those ornery yak cows back into the pen all day. Some strange creatures tried to steal them earlier. You think you could help an old man and try to get them back into the corral?
I think that's probably one of the easier ones. Okay, so I have to make them go over there. Right. I mean, it's pretty easy. Right, so the only thing that confuses me is that why does he need an extra hand in, you know, running in the election again, if there is literally no one that's there as a competitor. Like, I'm sorry, who the fuck is gonna outrun you? These two idiots? They don't even know what it takes to run a village. This guy probably can't even make it outside of his farm. So, yeah, actually, why? He just wants to pocket the money. He's actually just another fucking normal politician. I can't believe he's trying to pocket stuff when there is... I mean, he's trying to hoard currency when there is no reason to hoard it. Like, what you gonna do about it? Is that all of them?
You gotta bring in the cops for the drummer again.
Right, so we only need to get this one in, I believe. Okay, so there is a day-night cycle, just like the second game, which I did not expect, honestly, for a PS1 game.
The farmer owes us a power cell. Let's go talk to him.
Also, who the fuck can steal these animals? Like, I get it that they are a bit afraid, but they have huge fucking arms.
Oh, well done, my boy. You actually got those flea bags back into the pen. Now I can sleep in peace. Take this power cell for your trouble.
Actually, what do they... Why do the villagers have power cells? As far as I'm concerned, I haven't really seen anything that requires power cells.
Gotta bring in the cops on the jailbreak.
Alright, but I mean, I think this is a good place to end the episode. Let's just get on top of here and Fire Canyon. Ooh, interesting. Can I go on top of the house? Yes, but just like the second game, you slip off per se. Right, so there is no way for me to run faster. Alright, so I'm just gonna call it a day here. I think this is quite a nice place to end it. I mean, I could have done a couple of things. Can I actually... Okay, I'm getting sidetracked here, otherwise I'm never going to fucking end it. So, honestly, for a PS2...
funky sculptures sitting on the rocks over there.
For a PS1, not PS1, PS2 game, this is actually pretty well made. I actually missed the way this game works. Like, it's been ages since I played Jak and Dexter. It was quite a frustrating experience at the start. I mean, the other one did not certainly did its... Wait, can I not double jump? Okay, so I'm gonna talk really briefly about the second game since I keep mentioning it. The second game is really good. For majority of the game, at least. Now, the second game used to suffer from some drawbacks.
This must be a precursor oracle like the sage always goes on about. I hope they weren't.
Who awakens the oracle?
Ooh.
Wait, one of you has the light within. From before time, I have watched and waited for the true hero to return. Present to me 120 precursor orbs for each power cell I contain.
Right, so as I was saying, these guys actually look way less creepier than the second fucking game. But yeah. So as I was saying, the second game was really good for a PS2 game. I mean, generally most PS2 games are really great. There were a couple of bad ones with not really much originality, but honestly, the one thing that I regret about the second game is that there were some horribly designed games. I mean, sections. One of those was the part where you need to run away from a giant machine that chases you. And let me tell you, team, I think it had inverse controls or some shit. It was fucking horrible to play. Also, this game really does have a fucking 2,000. Okay. Wait, each fucking thing has 2,000. Right. So as this game also has a side quest, which the second game didn't have as much. I think. I don't really remember doing many side quests. There were some, but they were mostly gated behind story progress. Like you needed a certain amount of orbs, precursor orbs, just like here. But overall, it was a solid 8 out of 10 game. I really hope that I can actually play it after. I mean, not sure if I'm gonna do it right after this one, but it's definitely a game, an overshadowed game. Yeah, it was very underrated. I'm not sure if it was underrated, but I think it was one of the peak games of the PS2, which kind of got overshadowed by other stuff like Dragon Ball games, for obvious reasons. Sports games that have been the fucking same since the PS1, just with slightly better graphics each time, which is kind of unfair. Like, I understand that people like sports, but I'm sorry, if I play basketball on a PS1 and play basketball on a fucking PS5, it's literally the same fucking game. I don't understand how people can play different versions of soccer every fucking time. It's really... I need to lower the saturation, what the fuck? Yeah, so... It was really a shame that this game got overshadowed by sports games that didn't provide much of anything. But yeah, hopefully I get to reach it. It was a hard game, I will say, for its time. I mean, I played as a child, so I was stupid. I mean, not that I'm much smarter now, but I probably am a little bit more agile, so I should probably be able to figure more stuff out compared to my older self. Hopefully the controllers don't make it too hard, and yeah, I think I'm gonna to... Oh, I was trying to save. Actually, we do have 90, so let's... How the fuck do I... Okay. We are gonna give the orbs to the mayor, and then I am going to call it a day here. And actually not the mayor, fuck the mayor. The mayor is coming us. Let's give it to the old man that needed it for adventure's sake, I believe. Was it him? Yeah.
I see you two are back to make the trade. Good, jolly good. You have the precursor orbs that we agreed on. I hope you put this hard-earned power cell to good use. Cheerio, ta-ta, bye-bye.
Right. I mean, no one is telling me how the... I mean, they need power sets for technology. Okay. Let's really quick see how much technology there is. There is the lady over there with the traveling thing, the portals, electricity, which for some fucking reason there really isn't.
So many places to see and so little time.
Okay, no, never mind. They do have some electricity, they have lamps. But aside from lamps, I don't understand why everyone has a fucking power cell. Well, whatever. I think that's something for us to explore tomorrow.
Gotta bring in the crops for the
Let's just sit up here, and we are gonna call it a day. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the first episode, and yes, I need to stop. We are going to throw down the egg later. It actually has a really good music. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna call it here, and I'll see you guys tomorrow or whenever the fuck it's to record the next. Depending on what time I have left for my job. So yeah, I hope you guys to see you next time. And yeah, have a good day.